Okay, so what I'm about to show you are back issues that I've accumulated in the past 3 months or so. A lot of books to show, but this video, basically these piles of back issues I've broken up. I'm going to be breaking up into three different sections, three piles, three videos, if you will. This one today is going to be mostly Bronze Age, cover artists I love, some Daredevils that I'm chasing, some horror comics, Charltons and stuff like that, things that I just adore collecting. Stay tuned in the near future. I do have a long box of Bat titles that I've accumulated. I've also hit some milestones that I'm really proud of. So in the near future, look forward to that if you're interested in my Bat Chat videos. If not, then still stick around because there's going to be other stuff that I'll show you guys. Oh yeah, a Gabriel Dell'Otto cover haul. I have like a short box full of that. So that's going to be fun. So off the bat, let's start off with this gem. This is Uncanny Tales, issue number 27 from 1954, brought to you by Atlas Comic Groups. Atlas Comic Groups, Marvel, right? Stan Lee, editor of this issue. This cover here was drawn by Ed Winarski, some old school fellow, and this also features some early work of Ross Andru. I'm familiar with Ross Andru from my Spectacular Spider-Man collection. You guys are probably familiar with that too as well, I don't know. Also, Mort Lawrence did the pencils for a particular story. This is the anthology horror books, 1954, came out alongside with EC Comics, the great EC Comics. At that time, Bill Gaines and Al Feldstein used to refer to Atlas Comic Groups as the other guys. The other guys that were, solely focused on superhero books, but, wanted to like hang out with the cool guys and bust out some horror comic books. But nothing beats the EC 50s horror, comics. I've read some people say that Uncanny Tales at the time was basically a cheap, watered-down version of the original EC. So, fantastic stuff. Awesome anthology comics stories. One in particular that I really enjoy is called House. Just loved the pencils and storytelling of Ross Andru and Mort Lawrence. How they made the house the antagonist, and you get to see in the point of view the drawing of it. It's only 4 pages long. The story's only 4 pages long, but it really sticks. It's so well done. I love me. This is my first pre-code horror. Again, second last issue. It was issue 28 when they slapped on. After issue 28 is when they slapped on the Comic Code Authority. So this is a great book to have in my collection. Not in the best of shape, but still glad to have it nonetheless, right? I got this comic book for free, Thor number 138. It is in horrible condition. The one thing that popped out of me was this cover. I remember the cover looked familiar. I think I've seen it in a post, not in the video. It's something to do with the living planet Ego, this gentleman right here. I think something to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. But yeah, this issue is done by Jack Kirby, the great Jack Kirby. Some awesome Jack Kirby art. A free book that is destroyed. A fantastic reader copy. I will take it. Awesome stuff. Alright, up next, let's stick with the horror theme. I'm in the horror mood. I don't know why. There we go. Okay. This is actually my third, all these books that I'm going to show you from here on end are $1. That Uncanny Tales, I paid $7 for it. Still good, I think it's great. But anyways, Ghostly Tales, number 55. This is the introduction of the horror anthology line of comics at Charlton. This has the first appearance of Dr. Graves, my third copy, got it for $1. They all feature Steve Ditko art. Pretty incredible stuff here. So that was issue 55 when they What was it called before? It was called Blue Beetle. It was formerly Blue Beetle. Yes. 56. The numbers to these issues are really tiny, but check out that art, guys. Oh, another fun fact. I just found out that Jim Aparo did a lot of these ghostly tales, but I think there were the higher number issues. But this one's Steve Ditko. These earlier ones of the reintroduction were done by Steve Ditko. A nice one. I wonder if this predates DC's Unknown Soldier. I was just reading it and it looked kind of similar. It does predate, but I'm saying I wonder if it's a prototype. Touching little scene, isn't it? A truly beautiful friendship that can never die for other deathless tales from the musty fly. Okay. It's in bad condition, I can't read the rest. Okay. Number 58. See? It's so tiny. There's some cool sci-fi giant bugs happening there. Great. There's Dr. Graves. Basically, he's, House of Mysteries, House of Secrets, Cain and Abel. Same thing, guys. The narrator of these comics. And we have number 59. I do have a ton of these. These are the issues that I was missing. The only issue that I had was number 55, which is the first Dr. Graves. Oh, this is cool. Horace and Dottie from Harvey Comics. Number 38. Yep, number 38 from 1954. The reason why this cover jumped at me is because Horace here is pantless, and I guess in the early 50s, this comic strip was actually originated in 1944, the funnies, the funny pages, and having a pantless male on the cover was a big deal, I guess. That's what collectors say. People who collect, I guess, things like that. It's like me with my Wonder Woman bondage covers. They're pretty controversial, and they're classic, and I love them. They're so cool. But yeah, Dottie's basically the same thing as Blondie. You guys familiar with Blondie comic strips? Same thing. So here's Dottie. She's the head of the household. She wears the pants in the house. And Horace is the bumbling husband. Fun stuff. I love these fun stuff. Stuff I like to collect, guys. Stuff I love to collect. You know what? Should I just get into the Daredevils now? Do you guys want a quick update on my Daredevils? Okay, first up, all these Daredevils are in 9. If you're into grading, I guess they're 9s. 9s and ups, maybe a low, maybe high 8s or something like that. I don't care for the grade. I just want to complete the run. But if I find high grade Daredevil Bronze Age for a few bucks, I can't really complain about that. I'm used to paying low prices for mid-grade copies, but these are like super duper high grade. This is issue number 79. Sal Buscema cover from 1971, I think. This is the first Mr. Klein. These are great. These are so sharp. And I'm not ashamed at showing these off because they're in fantastic condition. Here's number issue 109. Now that Daredevil looks familiar. That is Gil Kane. Right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Don Heck inks. That has to be Mr. Don Heck. What do we got? Number 112. Also some Gil Kane. Gorgeous stuff. 117. We have a Gil Kane partnering up with Chris Claremont story. Chris Claremont was writing the Daredevil and Black Widow arcs. Early 70s. 135. That looks different to me. Oh yeah, there we go. Rich Buckler. He did a lot too. Yeah, Rich Buckler. Great stuff. 136. Now this is a fantastic, very busy, very detailed cover. I flipped through this issue, and this is basically an arc that involved with invading the White House. So, done by Hannigan? Ed Hannigan? Yeah, I think so. Number 138, we've got a Ghost Rider appearance here. Gene Colan cover. And we have some John Byrne interiors. That's awesome. Look at the shape, eh? I'm not lying. It's pretty fantastic. We have 149. Ron Wilson cover. Infantino, I love Carmen Infantino, one of my favorites. One of my favorite DC artists. He does the interiors for this, which is was pretty fascinating to come by. I did not know he did Daredevil interiors. And 154. Gene Colan cover and interiors. That's really nice. Alright, what's next? Let's go check out some Bronze Age. Got this for $1. Jungle Action, The Black Panther issue number 9. Gil Kane cover and Gil Kane interiors. Not too bad. Really great deal on that. Not in the best of shape, but I'm still cool with it. Oh, awesome. This was an awesome find. There we go, volume 2 of The Phantom Stranger. This is issue number 24. I solely bought this cover because of this man right over here. Those initials, J.A. Jim Aparo. So this is great. Don't own a lot of Phantom Strangers, but I do own a lot of this. Stories of the Black Orchid. This is issue number 31. Cover art done by Luis Dominguez. Luis Dominguez is one of my favorite, probably most underrated cover artists for DC during the heyday of the horror comics, House of Mystery and House of Secrets. Basically, he was like the fill-in artist for Neil Adams and Bernie Wrightson. If you guys ever come across a cover of House of Secrets, of House of Mystery, or even the interiors, look closely at the stories that have a lot of coffins and skeletons and cobwebs and spiderwebs all over the coffins. That's Luis Dominguez's trademark. He is probably the best artist for drawing coffins. Screw you, Todd McFarlane, and your webbing. Luis Dominguez is the best web artist. I know he didn't do horror webbing, but still, I love Luis Dominguez. What's next? Khazar, my Khazars. I don't have too many Khazars. I'm not really active in going after this title, but again, the $1 Bronze Age bin, I'll take it. You recognize that guy? That's Gil Kane and John Romita. I see how I always chase the Bronze Age books that I chase are actually my favorite artists. The artists that I always exhaust on my videos talking about. There we go, that's pretty fantastic. Here's issue number 3, I think, of volume 2 of Khazar. More Gil Kane, John Romita. That's awesome. And last but not least, I didn't want to bring too many Khazars home, and I got number 12 because of Mr. Jack Kirby. Pretty awesome. I'm not sure. Is this volume 2 reprinted stories of Khazar? Like volume 1? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh, my leg hurts. Okay. Call the Destroyer, number 11. Previously Call the Conqueror. So this is a Marvel Now, issue 1, number 11. From back in the day. Why did I get this? Because of Plug. Plug art. Love the Plug. Alright, counting down, let's see. Ooh, Superman Adventures, number 1. The price, that's not, I paid half of that. Fantastic wraparound cover done by Bruce Timm. This is also done, writing by Paul Dini. Rick Burchett did the interiors, and also Terry Austin. is involved in this story. I love collecting the animated versions of comic books. You guys know I'm very invested in the Batman Adventures and all those Gotham titles when it comes to animated comics, so why not? I saw this, number one. It's a great place to start on. It's in great shape too. For a kid's comic, you know how kids' comics are usually just plopped on the racks without bags or boards, and the tendency of them being in horrible shape is disgusting. You know, they're in bad shape, but this is so crisp and cool, and I love it. I might, if I come across more, I'm gonna get it. Got some Flashes. I used to collect Flash, not collect, but I used to, you know, have Flash comic books when I was a kid. I still do. I still have my original Flash comic books. This one's really cool. I got my attention because of this graphic right over here. The Joker. I've read this because I have the Joker now. I want to see what was it about. It's actually a postpartum depression issue. This woman says that Joker came in and took her baby, which Flash, you know, obviously takes her word for it, and you know, and goes out and does his stuff to take down the Joker, and he doesn't know where the Joker is, so he calls Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne basically tells Flash to, you're mad, you're crazy, go F yourself. The Joker is in Arkham Asylum chilling out. And it's true. This woman's postpartum depression started to make her think that it was the Joker that kidnapped the baby, but it wasn't. Cool, interesting story, man. I like picking up these comics for the stories because they're just so rad. Flash 54. I got this book because something I stumbled upon on the internet that was talking about the first time Flash sort of flies. So he vibrates, he's in a plane, the plane's going to crash. I guess the decompression, there's a hole in the plane, decompression, the woman flies out. He goes, jumps out to save her, and he ends up falling with her. And he starts rubbing his legs really fast, and which causes him to parachute down to earth, and he's kind of coasting and flying. So he finds out that, hey, I can sort of fly. That's a pretty cool ability to add to my arsenal of fast abilities. So that's really cool. Really cool, fun book, Ghostbusters Convolution. I have the trades of these Ghostbusters books. I don't have a lot of the single issues, but the reason why I like this book so much is because it's kind of a take on Dan Aykroyd. Ray is a huge comic book fan. They get a call to go to this comic book convention. Now, I don't know if they get a call. I think Dan was already there because he likes Dan. Oh my God, Ray was already there because he likes comic books, and it's kind of like a take on Jack Kirby. He's his favorite artist. Is like this classic Jack Kirby type artist, and he's possessed, and he's a ghost, and they just rip apart this convention. And it's just cool stories. I like these in trade actually, but this is the single. I actually I wish I had this at the time when I went to Motor City Comic Con, because was it Motor City? I think so. That the writer and artist was actually there, because I really liked their stories. And last but not least, Superman Man of Steel #1, the Twin Towers, the World Trade Center cover. I have a lot of Superman Man of Steel. Still cheap comics, but I don't know if I'm not very active in collecting these. So guys, I'm gonna stop it here at 20 minutes. Stay tuned for more. I have just tons of stuff to show you. That Batchat one's very exciting. It's gonna be a long box haul. I might pick some out just so I don't, bombard you guys with too much Batman. I'll just take out the ones that I really want to talk about. I did a huge Gabriel Del Auto covers haul, some modern back issues, just tons of stuff. Glad to be back. Hope you guys are doing well. I seriously mean it. I hope everyone's still okay and doing good, and family's all great, and the kids are all healthy and all that stuff. I'll see you guys soon. See you later.